Hey everybody, Miss Thompson here again. I'm going to go and review in this video how to calculate unit rates or rates of proportionality. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and hopefully by the time this video is over you'll be able to figure it out yourself. Okay, so let's just say that we can drive 180 kilometers in 3 hours. Okay, that's our first example. So I want to know what the unit rate is. In order to get to the unit rate, what I'm going to have to do is either figure out how many kilometers I can go in 1 hour or how many hours it takes me to go 1 kilometer. It's completely up to you, but what you'll find is you're going to end up picking a number that's easier to work with. And in this case, I'm going to pick the 3 hours. So what I'm going to have to do is figure out how many kilometers I can go in 1 hour. How do I do that? Well, I got to get this 3 down to a 1. So if I divide by 3, that's going to give me 3 divided by 3 is going to give me 1. Good. So that's what I'm going to use. So if I divided this by 3, I also have to divide this by 3. So let's do that. 180 kilometers in 3 hours. Okay, so then I'm going to divide this one by 3 and divide this one by 3 to get my unit rate or my rate of proportionality. So when I do that, 3 divided by 3 is going to give me a 1 on the bottom, and 180 kilometers divided by 3 is going to give me 60. Okay, so now I know that the unit rate or the rate of proportionality is 60 kilometers for every 1 hour. So once I know this, I can put whatever in here to figure out how many kilometers I'll go. So say for instance, let's do 4 hours. So in 4 hours, what will I have to do? I'll have to multiply by 4. And that's going to give me a 4 on the bottom. And that's going to give me a 240 on the top. So in 4 hours, I'm going to go 240 kilometers. But basically what you want to do is keep in mind that you want to get this, one of these numbers, either the kilometers or the hours, down to a unit rate, which means a rate of 1, or the rate of proportionality. All right, let's try one more example. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so let's see. Let's say I can type 160 words in 4 minutes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I can get it to how many minutes it takes for 1 word, or I can figure out how many words I can get in 1 minute. So let's do this the other way. I'm going to see how many minutes it's going to take to get down to, how many minutes it takes me to type 1 word. Okay, it's going to be a fraction. So in order to get this down to just 1 word, I'm going to have to divide both sides by 160. Now you see it doesn't matter because I'll show you in a minute the other way to get this down to 1 minute. But either way, what we're going to try to do is get one of these, and I've just chosen words this time, to get to equal to 1. So when I divide 160 by 160, I'm going to get 1 word in 4 over 160 minutes. And I'm going to leave that as a fraction, but what I'm going to do is reduce it. So let's see. I look at this. I can divide this by 4. So if I divide that by 4 and reduce it, I'm going to get a 1 on top, and I'm going to get a 40 on the bottom. So it's going to take me a fraction of a minute, 1/40th of a minute, to type 1 word. Okay. So now all I have to do is substitute any number of words, and I'll be able to figure out how long it's going to take me in minutes. So let's go back to our original example and just say 160 words in 4 minutes. So now I'm going to show you a different way. And we're going to make the minutes equal 1 this time. So 160 words in 4 minutes. Okay, so now I want to get this down to 1. So this time I'm going to divide this minutes by 4 to get to 1, and I'm going to divide this by 4 to see how long or how many words I can type in 1 minute. So when I divide this by 4, I'm going to get 1, and when I divide this by 4, I'm going to get 40 words in 1 minute. And now I can figure out how many words I can type in any amount of minutes, because all I have to do is use my equation. So if it's going to be 3 minutes, I know I'm going to have to multiply by 3 here and multiply by 3 here, and it's going to give me 120 words in 3 minutes. And that should help you out with unit rates or rates of proportionality.